Might as well get this started. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break between this and something else to go set up development, but that is a-okay. We have a lot to work with here. That was the wrong one. I always click that. It's like the 5th time I've done that. Damn. Oh well. You just have to shoot the exit button and you'll be fine. Alright. What have I gotten listed out here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5 vehicles there. I still need to determine an objective, but that should be a-okay. And then what? Build enemy kits. Build player kits. I'll probably have it be like a generic US Special Forces, like Delta Force, but it'll depend on the map. So either SEALs or Delta, but yeah, who the heck knows. So we have to develop the basic things of the menu, and then the actual objective, and then go from there. Now, there is a high chance I'm going to crash multiple times while in here. Just gotta keep that in mind. I do like how we have armored UAZs, though. They might be hidden assets. Yeah, so let me write that one down, actually, because that's a pretty cool one, but we got to make sure that we can spawn them before I add them to the menu. Because some give insufficient resource bugs, and those are a pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, let's go through our tanks here, see if there's anything specific I want to play with. Gonna do a look over first before I decide anything. Send in Goat Team 6 now. Power King, thanks for extending your sub all the way to October. Hot damn. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I hope you get a kick out of this stream. Oh, that thing. Is that a warrior? No, it says it down there, you goober. It's like a baby warrior. It's like a Nix and a warrior had a baby. Ah. There's a fucking warrior. I mean, there's definitely a few things I want to take. Just deciding what and where. I think the Vulcan is still a hidden asset in our mod set. All of the tanks. Well, no Devour, it's just we have an understanding of how the balance of power works. Yeah, I'm writing that puppy down. This is my murder machine. Has a frickin' machine gun coax in the back, too. Wow. Alright, hold on. That thing's autocannon has one of the quickest fire rates out of everything. Like, it's not even funny. And we go all the way up to T90s, but I don't really have any interesting, like, differentiated tanks. But let me write down this one, because that's a classic. I mean, if I want this to be like some sort of souped-up PMC, then we actually don't need that much armored fix, but I want to at least get like a handful out there. Freaking Proto Bradley up there. Where was the Where'd I see that? The certain designation, the BMD. Where is she? Yeah. This OP asshole.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Get one of those in. Alright, air assets. This should be a good one. A lot of options here. Yeah, exactly, Tootie. Now, probably for a PMC, they would have attack helicopters. I'm going to probably do Mi-24Gs as an option. Just I don't want to go full-on Russian attack. But yeah, no, we'll definitely... Westernized Mi-24 is a good choice. Nothing too futuristic like in vanilla. Maybe some Mi-2s as like scout vehicles, but I mean, they're... not really. PH-1s would be better, but those are like anti-tank fix. I mean, a Huey gun... Yeah, a Huey gunship would actually be a good choice. As a pseudo transport, but then we actually need like a dedicated air insert. It's just finding the right ones. We do have Wildcats, but I want to keep the options very limited for this one. I'm debating, I guess an Mi-8 would get the most bang for its buck. Definitely bigger than a frickin' Sea Stallion or a Chinook. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna be stuck with the Mi-8. Alright, lower end planes here. What do I got? I don't know, super futuristic PMC. I am thinking like excuse me, like attack drones or something. Then some sort of cheaper plane, like honestly an L159 wouldn't be too bad. But I need some combat drones. We can also have some transports in the background. Yeah, I was loading the MiG. Yeah, MQ-9 Reapers would actually not be a bad call there. So, M9Q Reaper and the Yavin. Or the OP4 equivalent. Boats, I don't think we're going to need anything here. Like, all things considered. Like, if we do some waterway stuff, I'll probably have a few patrol craft, but nothing else is really needed. And then all this stuff, I mean... It's just dependent if I need it or not. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that's going to be for, like, special development and whatnot. Yeah. Ah, but the shield. Always bet shield. Alright. Let's try to find a dev map here and see how things go. It's the credit song. Also, I think the Legendary Edition comes out either today or tomorrow. I have no idea. Like, I'm going to have to find time when I move in to play it, because right now I do not. Map choice. I think I said Lagasola, just because there's a lot to work with on the map itself, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we can add Sea-Wiz statics, but I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the AO and see what we want. And then go from there. And then I need to put a Zeus interface down, spawn all these vehicles, list out their capabilities, put them in the menu, and see from there what to do. So AOs I've done with TSB already. I've done there, and I think that's it. I know that there was Sniper Wolf did some stuff in this region, so I want to try to make something that I haven't done yet. I mean, there is this region as well. That would be pretty AI-packed. I'm worried that things might be a little too compact for what I'm going for here. That, and there's this, like, rocky outgrowth here that might be a little too framey, but it's got titties in the middle, so you can never discount that. I don't know. I fear that this is also just, like, too much in an area. You know what I mean? So knowing that this is here, let's look at what we also have.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
How do we still have Rashomon Providence after all of this time? Like, that map has survived like 3 rotations. I don't think anyone uses it right now. The last one we did was on Gun Kisley, but I'm going to want to build like a giant custom facility for it. Or I know that the player count's going to be low. I could do something... That could work. But it's going to need a lot of love. It could work, though, for what we want to do for a quote-unquote impossible style op. Yeah. It's going to be a gigantic pain in the ass, though, but let's do this step by step here. Alright, let's spawn all of our Vics. I'm going to get a Game Master module down. This means that this is going to take a lot longer to develop, but I think it's going to be worth it for what I'm going to import. Oh, geez, Major, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, so the issue with some of the TSB assets is they might not be fully spawnable, but that's fine. If that one has an issue, I can just replace it with the other tracked infantry transport. Yeah, so we can do our best to get woodland camos here, and I'm going to try to group these. Yeah, I want the 30mm cannon. Yeah, so already those are in 3 completely different categories. that I believe actually is an AI Vic. That, yeah, okay. There's ways I can adjust it, but it's going to be a little buggy, but that's fine. Because I'm probably just going to have this be a player blue 4 versus enemy op 4. Keep it simple. UAZ 469. Yeah, the only one that'll let me spawn is a cord. That's fine. Nope, here we go. Yeah, the cord has the ones in the back. We got a PKM, but that one isn't as deadly in my opinion. Then we have the MPZ, which... I mean, the cord gets a scope, though. Never discount the scope. So let's see. These two would be grouped together. Because they're... I mean, technically it's a gun truck and a technical, but... It's fine. SPC 1A. Yeah, this one... It's gonna get grouped with the... BMD... Is it a 2M? Yeah, there we go. That's gonna get grouped with that. 9K35M. To get grouped with the AA Vic. Technically, I'll group it with that because, you know, autocannons. So that's the way to do it. That's just your general transport Vic. If we are having them do Op 4 drones, then I do want to get the this puppy into play. I don't think I have an Op 4 Reaper, yeah, so I'll have to rescript these, which is fine. So there's the British version, then there's ours, which, yeah, same model, just retextured. Need a 24G, that's going to be in independent. Gunship, you can just type gunship. Default camo is fine. Any MI8, preferably an unarmed one or one with coax would be better, which means we'd need an SH variety. But here, let's just put down a few until we find one we like. Yeah, so that's the one with the coaxes. That's A-okay. And a 159 ALCA. That would be under green 4. Perfect. So just a rescripted, retextured vanilla one with some minor bombs. A gun pod, rockets, air-to-air. Perfect. Alright, that's actually a pretty decent vehicle template. It's just, what am I missing? I guess a general transport truck wouldn't hurt. But I kind of want to keep the infantry either on the defensive or patrolling with these, so transport trucks don't really matter. But now what I need to do is put a Zeus down and make sure that these can all be copy and pasted with no problems. And then we can add them to the roster. Hold up. We need to check an option so they're actually adjustable by the interface. I could do it actually on there, but let's just keep this simple. Get all of our settings in beforehand, and we'll trade out what we need to. Yeah, we could just make gun trucks, but you gotta understand, those are painful. So wacky races I moved to next month, because this month I want to focus on furniture shit, you know? It's, furniture's expensive, guys. As Major Earl is saying in chat, it gets very expensive very quickly. We're only going to get a few things, though, but those few things do cost a little bit of money. Why is the helicopter acoustic? What? Okay, sir. All right, are you respawnable? Cool. I know you're respawnable. Cool. That was the wrong button. Basically what I'm looking for. Why do I keep hitting the delete key? Liru, Butterfingers. What we're looking for, which we'll probably get in some of these other assets, is an insufficient resource bug. Just making sure that all these can be repasted. It's just this one I'm a little concerned about. Okay, cool. That one I know we can also do. That one, cool. UAZ? All right, cool. So why I do that is what would be a good example of something that isn't listed in the interface, which actually I'd have to pre-spawn in Eden because I wouldn't be able to spawn them. But sometimes you'll get an issue where it'll say insufficient resources up here, so you can't move it. So I want to make sure I don't have any of those templated, because even though I can Zeus with those, they're a little more complex, and you have to play with attachment commands. And what I've learned from doing multiple Pay4Pains is I need to do everything as quickly as I freaking can. You know? We'll get fluffers in here. James, how are you doing? But we're just doing all the basics right now. So now I got to template all this in the pain section. So you can follow along if you do missions and look in the document there. But let's see. Standard spawn list. So what do we got here? We'll start with what we got below. UAZ 169 cord. Scoped 12.7. Now let me look at my other menu. What do we have? Like, this would, just using my other numbers as bases here. Gun trucks were $3, so we're gonna make this $3. I'll be nice, $2.50. How did I format that? Cool. You know, as long as I can type it right. We don't have to bold that. That is my Zeus number. Goober. All right, cool. And then we have a Land Cruiser. I'm not going to give that full designation. I mean, let's do the cheaper stuff in the beginning. And then I still have to do infantry, because this I'm just going to make... No, I'll make that 3, because the cannon is a lot more of, like, that's a deadlier gun. And the AI, I mean, scope or no scope, they're going to engage from range because of how vehicle AI works. .5 millimeter. As long as I can spell. So after we get this written up, I'm going to determine a good place to do AOs, and then we're going to rip apart an old file. I'm going to import it, and then we're going to start doing custom comp development. And let's see, if I want this to last another 2 hours, I think that's how as far as we're going to get. but that should be a-okay. Now I'm trying to think. We probably want to do this next, then that. Yeah, because that's a murder cannon. That's definitely a murder cannon, considering balance and whatnot. So let's actually do the coyote next. What do I want to put that at? We'll do 4. Because it's got 2 machine guns. Yeah, 7.62 and a 50 cal.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
All right, real quick. So if I'm going to write that down. What do you mean by my standard GI, Rebel, if you don't mind me asking? Let me take a copy of you. How many can you fit? Okay, so it can do 10, which means... Actually, I would need an 11th. All right. So that means the squads are going to be 8-man. Cool. All right. Because you need a driver, commander, and then the top gunner. So that means 8-man squads for a basis. Oh, English. Well, I mean, welcome. I've had it, but I don't really advertise it a lot on YouTube. Just it has the link in the description. And once in a while I advertise ops, but... Oh, shush, Broadshore. What's the APC in the front middle row? So that's, it's a GAZ Vodnik, which is more so just a car. Like, that's actually a newer thing, like, within the last 20 years, with frickin' 30mm autocannon on it. This is a German IFV. I think it's called a Marauder. Actually, it says it right there on the, in the game logic, because you have the display name on the top, and the bottom is the game logic's variable definition. That thing is a murder machine. And then you have BMD-2M, which also has these 2 missile pods, which is nice. All right, I'm going to put the... Yep, we're going to do the BRDM. All right, so BRDM-2ZU23. This is where we're going to jump things a little bit. But I would say, like, spamming BRDMs with ZU23s would be very evil. Roof. Yeah, as long as I can spell, right? Fun fact, I cannot. I rely on autocorrect a lot. Vodnik is a heavily modified gas Tiger. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Land Rover Panama. So I'm going to price this one up a bit high because it's going to be of how I have to use it, in all honesty. with... That's gonna get Mimi very quickly, but c'est la vie. Gaz Vodnik. Yep. Autocannons are gonna get more expensive, but because they're freaking autocannons and they can immediately annihilate the player base. I'm gonna need Tunguskas now that I think about it. But then again, no, I think the Mobile Strela platform would be good enough in terms of range because they have something similar. It's literally a Tunguska, but with a little less ammo, more range technically, and no AAA component with the guns.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
I'm gonna make them cheap though. What's the designation for those again? 9K35M. I'll also put it at 15, just to deny air, because I'm an asshole. Spawns a ground. Okay. And now we have to do the BMD-2M. And then the Marauders designation. I think this AO is going to have to be in 2 phases based off of what I'm doing with it, but that can easily be done. What's the designation of her again? SPZ-1A1A. And let's get to air units. Yeah, alright, 6 more. Hey, Ems, how you doing, man? Oh, is Barb being dumb? We'll probably have Shilka towers, but I want to edit them because what I noticed is the Shilkas, when we had multiple people on, all of them didn't engage. So instead, we're going to make a Shilka platform. Or a Shilka tree. It'll probably just be a Shilka tree. Or a Shilka crane. Now that I think about it. Oh, that's going to be dumb. But it'll work. Alright, MI-8. This is actually going to be pretty cheap because it's only a transport. What is it? UH1H. I'll actually make it cheaper than the, we'll do 25. With 2. If I can freaking type that. I have the mission command running, right? It has the link and it's not broken. Let me quickly check. Yep, okay, it's working. I'm just paranoid about so many little things right now, you know? Yeah, the 24G is going to be, we'll make that 45, because that's literally an attack helicopter. D4. Rockets, AGMs, and, what is it, a 25mm cannon? It's either a 20 or a 30. We use the power of science. Yeah, it looks to be about a 30. Looks about right, right? Just accidentally opened TeamSpeak. Well, so here's the deal. Like, so you can purchase anything for the player base, but I'm limiting what you can purchase for the enemies to these vehicles and some specials, which we'll make. And you can always prepay to make sure we have it, like, down in the beginning, especially the Shilka trees, because it'll be fun. Shabby, good morning. How are you doing? Yeah, it still is morning for me, actually. But yeah, I think after this Pay4Pain, we're only going to do, like, small, fun Pay4Pain style events, like Wacky Races next month. And then the next one, like, full Pay4Pain, we probably won't have till August, which is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 5. Yeah, so, like, 3 months. I think that's a good break, though. Oh, yeah, that G is mean. L159ALCA. think I'll actually make the plane cheaper than the 24, because the 24 can engage stuff more directly, but not too much. Like 40. Spawns, the AAF main cast plane to strike. With 2 AA gun pod pods and 2 bombs. Yeah, I know that one's loadout memorized by heart. And then we have attack drones. I think we're only going to do one. K40 Bali. We'll just type K40. And this is like a nullifying armor piece. So we'll put it as, it'll do 50. Because this thing will literally annihilate any armor piece in the AO. So the only reason it's expensive is because it will outright dick on an enemy armor piece. Completely. But let's go ahead, save this. I need to go import something from... I gotta actually look into my files to see if I even still have it. But after we import it and I pick an AO... Oh, guys, our national pride and shame. M's right. Czech Republic. I think, yeah, no, would still have those. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to tab out and see if I have this mission in my dev list here, because I need to rip it. I was going to rip it for something else, but I'm like, no. This is better. It would be if I even still have it, because I might not, because of how frickin' Arma works. It's a Tanoan file. It would be... No, that's the second one. I think that might be it. If not, then it's been purged. That has to be it, though. Because... Yeah, well, I mean, we're just gonna have to rip them and see what happens anyway. How are we gonna rip those? Open a new window. So it's not that one, because that one is from last week, which means it's gonna potentially be this one. But I'm worried because it might be one from even further back, which means it got deleted, and I'm gonna be really pissed off. But no. No, it is that one, because we only did 2. Okay. You'll see what I mean in a second. I'm just... Liru's losing his marbles. Alright, cut. Paste. Rename. Delete. Rename. Paste. Okay. So now I need to reboot under a different mod set so I can access this thing. Then again, I probably could have done a merge. Liru, you're an idiot. You could have just done a merge. Alright, we can just merge it. Am I vaccinated? I get my second shot in 8 days. They're made over here. Right, OMs. No, I was going to boot a different mod set, but then I realized I can just merge it into something else, so it doesn't really matter. Literally realized that as I was Alt F4 in Arma, so it's fine. Yes, Phillips. So VODs right now are 2 days behind because, one, I decided to upload only 3 a day maximum because otherwise YouTube seems to throttle the VODs channel super hard, which, not like that's an issue, but I'm worried about other potential ramifications that YouTube might do, because what YouTube started doing was they wouldn't process my videos as fast as they normally would. So we had 2 VODs that were up there on the channel for like 2 days, and they were still stuck at 360p. So that was when I would sometimes upload like 4 or 5 VODs a day, just because that was a rate of as they come and go. So I think it's better if I throttle it to 3 a day and make sure that, A, if YouTube throttles any at 360p, then I can keep those in reserve until they're finished, because otherwise people bitch about it, and I want it to come into the best quality it can. And B, it seems that after I started uploading 3 a day, because I did that directly after YouTube literally did it to 4 of my videos. So what I did was I re-uploaded 2 of them that didn't get released, and then I started releasing them 3 a day, and then literally within 2 hours, they both got processed after being stuck on not being processed for... One of them, it was over 2 days. So, yeah, that's just YouTube fucking with me. So it'll eventually go up, but now it's more towards the 24 to 48 hour mark, because if I upload it quicker, then YouTube might throttle it in 360p quality, which people just bitch about in the comment section. And there's nothing I can do about that. I got Pfizer. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really want to get the vaccine, but Bloodwing kind of pushed me to do it because... How do I put this? I have a big scar in my left lung, and it's easy to agitate it, so I just want to take a few months to see if there's any adverse effects, because... On my father's side, there's some things in vaccines that he will have an adverse reaction to. And on my mother's side, there's a few medications I'm technically allergic to that do really weird things to my body. So I just want to give it a few months to see how things go. But Bloodwing forced me to do it because our campus, our college campus, was offering the shot to anyone, including alumni. So she made me get it. And I didn't have any adverse effects to it, but I did not talk to her for a week after that. Because I do know that I have some problems with a few things. I just want to make sure that there's, you know, just not any issues with it. I think I've gotten over my fear of needles for the most part, Barb, because I literally just stared at it as they put it in my arm. I didn't really feel anything. Still have a little bit of a, you know, like an anxious... Why am I still here? Fuck's sake. There's a little bit of anxiousness beforehand, but I'm a big boy now. It's an adult. You're afraid it would take away your autism. Well, yeah, no, I try to upload everything I do, even if I rage quit from it. But... like, especially considering the op I did on Tuesday, like, I should have left that one early, considering everything that was going on, because I literally wasn't having fun. And then, after we entered the town, and one squad already, like, you know, half of my team already ran off, and I was in charge of the other team. I'm like, what the fuck? And McMurray, no offense to him, but he was not coordinating his teams at all. Because his job is to yell at us to make us stick together. So instead, I had to argue with the other team lead about stuff. And I tried to do my best to do what my squad leader says, but there was eventually a point where I said, no, fuck it, you're doing the wrong call. Because the other team already just aggressively pushed away to go get the VIP. And I finally just told MacMarine, like, dude, you're making the wrong call. I'm sorry. Like, I gotta push with the other team at this point, because they might all go down and the VIP might get away and it's a mission fail because you're being a little incompetent at this point. Like, I hate to have to call that, but, like, he was making bad calls with the squad all night. No offense. Like, you know, he has to micro his teams better, but I also get that those types of ops, people just want to have fun and people are forced into roles. It's just, I tell people, like, if you make me do it, I will make you all lock it the fuck up and I will shoot you. Because there, it's not, like, it's TSB players, but TSB rules do not apply. So I can shoot people if they're not following orders, especially in an SCP style op. It would be canon if I execute people. Yes. Yes, I'm stealing this. The trick is, how am I going to make it less laggy? But I know how. I knew there was more shit over here. It's just they made us leave early on because everyone was a freaking pussy. Alright, so he has it locked under a layer. So let's go ahead and unlock everything. It's already set up. So where's the layer? It's probably this. It's gonna need a lot of love, though. Yeah, he has this from a composition. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleaning in this thing, but I'll make it work. And then there's some walling assets I'm gonna change out because they have too much. The rocks especially I'm gonna have to get rid of. Because, yeah, it has that cool surface effect, but I can replace those with cup dirt textures and make that a lot better. Yes, Don. I've actually seen that happen more times than you'd think. I haven't seen any of it recently, though. But TSB, I've had a few SL step down. Or literally, I've had one, actually, in the past few months, now that I think about it. It was a Rashman Providence op, the first rotation we had it, so this might have been up to 6 to 9 months ago. But an SL, I was a team leader for a guy, just giving suggestions, and he was clearly overwhelmed, but I worked with him, and he finally said, right, I'm out of my element. He gave me the squad, we switched roles, and I started barking orders, and we were able to complete the op. But, I mean, he was a T0 that, in all honesty, compared to other T0s I've seen squad lead, much better. But he still was over his head because the other squads were doing stupid shit. One kept rushing off and getting itself killed and then yelling at the other squads for not supporting it, even though they wouldn't say when they're rushing in. And then when they did, they'd charge off with vehicles when we were infantry focused. Our IFV kept getting schwacked because it would put itself right on the edge of an enemy objective and start shooting instead of engaging from range. That op was... It was a good op design, don't get me wrong, but the players just butchered the fuck out of it. And that's something I really like going down and, you know, watching Zeus's, you know, do really good work, but then watch the players butcher it. Because I'm like, yeah, now you understand here. You can Zeus perfectly, buddy. But your player base is going to do stupid shit. It doesn't matter who you are. They're going to do stupid shit. Purple Man op setup probably won't be till next week. I'm not going to do dev for that till Monday or Tuesday because it's due Wednesday. All right. Lagapalooza, let's go. Where does it get put on the map? No, it's a hidden asset. I have no idea where it is. All right, so I'm going to put that in my copy bar. Thinking let's incorporate this little AO here. And then have that be intel to find the next position. Or better yet, since it's quote-unquote underground, I could just put that in the corner. and have it be something they teleport to, which would work. But yeah, there needs to be some adjustments here. Mainly with the rocks. I need to replace that with cup dirt texturing. No, because that's misaligned. And those traits are correct. So I'm going to drag it over manually, just in case there's anything being weird. Yeah, so the reason it's framey is because I have, I think, at least 2,000 plus assets selected at once. And yes, that can make things a little on the framey end. It's going to be an impossible style pay-for-pain operation. They're going to go recover something, which I might bring in through either a mod or... I don't know. I'm probably going to keep it purely to the main mod set, though. This might take us a hot second to move it to the corner. Hey, righto, Nightstorm. Thanks for dropping by. Ah, yes, the frickin' 5 frames a second. No, minute. Wait. FPS is per second. Yes. This is about 4 frames, 3 frames a second. My ace slideshow. Yeah, there we go. So move that to the corner. Let me check it now. Yes, because now it's actually more in the ground there. Perfect. So... we can make it like an elevator. Yeah, so I'm going to actually... There's a few things I need to replace and outright delete here. So let's get rid of the rocks first. Because that is the #1 source of the lag in this compound right now, in all honesty, is those rock textures. So that opens up the top here. But then they use buildings to kind of cover everything. But it looks like those were only an issue for the main component. And they're using cobblestone roofing. That's actually ingenious. Yeah, flipped around. Why didn't I think of that? Nice. I'm gonna mimic that then. Because that's even better. Like, if you want dirt textures for a good field, then yes. But that means you could literally... It would only be a roofing texture, though. But... yeah, the one issue we're going to have, though, is we're going to need to angle this off. Or better yet, just kind of start it like that. And then cut it in. Yeah. How far does that go on the right? We're going to want to internalize that a bit. I'm just making sure I got the right texture. Okay. I moved the wrong texture. All right, what am I thinking? We need to... Okay, at this rate, I think I need to focus on internalization first, and then layer it, lock it off, and then I can fix the gaps, because otherwise I'm just going to pull out random things everywhere. So first and foremost, I need to do a hide environment tool. Operate that locally. And get chunks of this AO hidden. So we can get everything work. Homemade dino nuggies? Nice, Boo. We gotta get cutters for it, too, and whatnot, then. How's work, Boo? Sorry, I forgot to text you saying I was streaming. Shit. You know I was forgetting something this morning. I apologize, Boo. Yeah, so the trees are gonna be an issue. Why are some of these dynamically simmed? It's weird. And a third module for right here. You don't want to hide too much because then it can get a little messy. But yeah, all things considered, that should be good. I'll probably put a flooring thing right there and move that bunker up. But now we have to work on how are we going to deal with the small detail. I also need to remove all these Op4 groups. Because they're... Okay, nope. We're going to do the deleting out here. And I don't need the scientists. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna struggle to do this part. Because the sheer level of detail here is actually amazing. But we're gonna get rid of all the vehicles and kind of reverse engineer what we have here. There's some smaller detail levels that I can get rid of. Like in here, I can get rid of a lot, actually. You're not Ron, but you're also Ron. To make dino nuggets, you say deep fry a newborn chicken, right? What? What the fuck? Send in Goat Team 6 now. Send in Goat Team 6. Jason Nightstalker, thanks for the 5 gift subs. If you got a sub from Jason, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, I hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Send in Goat Team 6 now. Send in Goat Team 6 now. Send in Goat Team 6 now. Alright, if we weed out a few hundred of the objects here, then that should be A-okay. So we just have a small barracks up there. Really, we're just deleting a lot of the small stuff. We can leave some of it, don't get me wrong. But really, the issue with this compound is it's just very laggy when you have this much stuff down. Really, anything with the simulation disabled, especially, is important to get rid of. Because those consume a little more frames than simple objects. Decal piles are fine. I do like this, actually. We'll keep those on. Is that a box within a box? Just clear that out. All right, cool. Well, I know that most of the lag is caused by the icons, but I'm not worried about the icons bar. I'm worried about the frames. When the op is actually played. I know if I hide the things, then it's gonna be fine, but I don't. That means I can't interact with them, so it's fine. I want to keep the power and whatnot. Actually, I think I can get away with just doing 2 lines here. You'll get the same effect. Like I said, deleting a few hundred objects and redoing a few things in the flooring and whatnot, it'll fix this right up. Yeah, so like a lot of stuff in here can be gotten rid of, but it still keeps the effect of a lot of stuff in here. Again, I applaud all of the minor detail, don't get me wrong, but, you know, This is good for like 20, like 15 people max, give or take. Honestly, if we just redid the rock walls and whatnot, but this could be up to 40, so I have to scale it. Jeez, he even has detail in the detail. Damn. This probably took this guy at least 40 hours. I didn't realize what that meant until I said it. Yep, 40 hours of testing, everybody. At least 40 hours of testing. 7 days a week to make this masterpiece. All right, where's the indicator? It would be this. Yep. Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Thanks to Ekmod add 1 count, I will be stuck with this. Anyway, Liru, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hey, Mox, thank you so much for complying with your forced sub. I hope you keep enjoying being in sub jail, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this mod. Give me mission development. I know you'll be fine. Oh my god. Again, the level of detail here is absolutely amazing. Jesus. I think at this rate, we're gonna go through a little more than a few hundred objects deleted, but you'll get the same sense of what we're going for here. I just have to make sure I'm going through everything equally. I don't want to miss any big sections, because that can be what costs you. So let's see, this back area, that gets locked. So that all loops back to that area to flank. So now we're just down to this section. All right, so that is half of the compound sweep. Jesus. Bubbles are great. All right, so we did that little guard tower. We did up to here. Wait, what's the point of that if that door is... Wait. Yeah, that can't be opened. So what's the point of this subsection? Did he not know that that couldn't be opened? I'm willing to bet that's the reason. Because this opens up to... Is that labeled? Ah, unfinished. Okay. Which means I can just delete that subsection entirely. Cool. Yeah, as do IMs. Like, this goes... There's a lot I can learn here from what units were used and everything to make my own custom things, but... One day, like, I debate, what if I, like, do my things instead of, like, multiple times a week? I only have, like, 1 or 2 a week. Like, a major one and a minor one. And the major one, like, we do once every 2 weeks, and it has, like, this level of detail or something crazy. I don't know. I feel like I need to be a little more famous for that, for it to, you know, be worth the time investment, but all things considered, you know? I think I'm going to actually preserve a lot of these maps in this command room here. Because a lot of the stuff over here on the sides already has, like, things deleted and whatnot. So I think at this point when he was building this, he was starting to run out of steam. Which makes sense. Because at this point, he's also probably realizing that the frames are out of whack a little bit. So that's all basic utility stuff. Hopefully no one's dumb enough to jump down there.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
I forgot what this button did.
Free booze. Well, it doesn't give you free booze, unfortunately. So I'm sorry to disappoint you in that regard. But nonetheless, thank you for the 16-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend, and I hope you're getting a nice kick out of this little development stream. I'll keep that one. All right. We're almost done with this part, though, and then we can start working on custom comps, which will leave me about an hour for it. That I can have as an exit. Whoops. Yeah. That can be an object that they need to pick up as the main objective, and then this can be like an emergency
Let's give 'em a
service
warm
elevator.
welcome, shall we?
But I think that is it for what I want to do. Now it's just touch-ups here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this and then layer lock everything. Oh, I moved him over here. Goober. Why are there naval mines? Oh. For like a shower. Some people get really creative with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, very, very creative. Alright. New layer. Oh, it didn't lock everything in there. Alright, new layer. Base. Base. Edit transformation. Yeah, so, as Barb was saying earlier, now that those are gone, makes it a lot less laggy. But what we have to work on now is getting the roofing set here, and then I want to work on custom comp. So the roof is only exposed in these sections because they wanted that rocky texture to it, but it murders everything involved. Yeah, so those are covered. So what we need to do now is drag this over. So we want to drag it up to be connected right there. And have a little bit of a forward bulge. It's fine as long as it fully blocks that. And we need this to block the side all the way right there. The real trick is just making sure it doesn't cut into the stairwell right here, which looks like we actually have some room here to work with that because they block all of these sections off. So I think a better idea here is to come see that connection stops. So right there. And then 1 is going to be good enough for right there. Okay. Okay, perfect. Alright, now let's have a look. Left a little opening right there. Let me scoot that back a little bit. Didn't affect that at all. Perfect. Little bit of a lighting clip right there, but it doesn't actually show the outside, so it's not too bad. Have a little bit of a clip here. Oh, there's a little grate on the top. Neat. Everything looks properly sealed. Cool. All right. Doesn't clip into that building. That's set. That's a cereal box, so it doesn't matter about its clipping. Now, this might be a slight issue, but then again, it might not be. It just depends on where the texture goes. I think it goes slightly above that one, so it overlaps perfectly. All right. Where the fuck did that dude go? There we go. Oh, he didn't spawn. All right, let me do a little load test. Let's see what we got. Yeah, right. Half of the debrief would just be showing, yeah, no, I did this, I did this, I did that. Exactly. So Pay4Pain works. We have a menu, and if you see something you want to inflict on the players, you buy it. And then I make sure you get the maximum for what your value is. So if you want to see players dead, we're going to have plenty of fun ways to show it. The wind cutting out is not a good sign. That means the game was struggling to load everything in at once. And it's still struggling. That's amazing. I know exactly what the issue is, but that's amazing that that wasn't set. Like, how did that not get... I didn't adjust anything. So that was copied as is. So how was that... It's weird. It's actually weird. All right. So I don't use airstrip platforms because they had physics somehow. I've never seen that before. No, the platforms had physics. It was... Why would airstrip platforms have physics? That seems like a really bad idea. Yep, so now the wind isn't cutting, so we fixed the issue. Like, copying and pasting it, though, all the other assets kept their physics. Oh my god, why is it still lagging? That texture. Okay. No, everything lost their physics. That's weird. All right. That's going to be a pain in the butt, though, because I can't just select everything and disable simulation because there's a bunch of doors that have to open and whatnot. So... And you can see that some of the stuff has kept its the simulation. So what this means is we're gonna have to go through and disable the sim of everything. Yeah, so why were the tracks being thrown up if it literally has... Because some of them don't have their sim. So why didn't that all port then? It's weird. So it's just a matter of hitting the play button and seeing what didn't have its sim ported over. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Because if you copy and paste something, it should be absolute. So the only thing I can think of... See? Now, that's the frameage we're looking for. It's still low. It's going to be on the 30 end. Ooh. Oh. Now we're just going to look through and see if there's anything else that, like, boofed itself. But yeah, the reason for those lag spikes was because stuff still had physics. And it was screwing with everything. But yeah, again, really, so this compound with only like 12 people in it was getting as low as, for some people, like 10 to 15 frames, mainly because of those rock textures. Those rocks murder frames. But we also went through, we cleaned up a few assets on the side, and you know, it did take away from some of the detail, admittedly, but you still, like, understand what everything is, and that's the most important part. So right now we're doing a look over with everything to make sure nothing else important had its physics turned off and whatnot. But you can still, like, get a sense of what everything is, which is really important. That mine up there is active, by the way. Like, the sim wasn't disabled for it, so technically... Like, I could. I think it's a vehicle mine, but just blow it up. But everything else seemed to have stuck here. And of course, adding up to 40 players is probably going to knock it down to like 25-ish frames with enemy AI count, but yeah. All things considered, everything's looking good. And you still have good levels of detail here. I did want to keep this mostly intact too. I took out a few things, but I looked at everything else. I'm like, nah, I want to keep that. And we walled that section off because that was unfinished. We got the command room back here. I might replay some of those banners if I change out how my faction's gonna look, but I think based off of the frames, though, this is probably the most optimized we're going to get it. And that's the way out. Got this mini side room here. Nothing's thrown around. Perfect. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. We're going to probably have to spaz up the entrance a little bit, but yeah, no, that is A-okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah, so I'm putting 40 as a ballpark figure. I'm thinking we might actually have less for Pay4Pain because a lot of people in TSB are burnt out, but 40 people going through this, there's gonna be people that don't get anything fresh, in all honesty. Fucking hiccups. Alright. Now Pay4Pain. Custom composition time. I'm debating what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna need, I want to test a feature real quick. No, I don't have to test that because that would actually, it's just common sense at that point. It's got a Bond villain quality to it, yeah, right? Not really, because it's in the corner of the map, so one advantage of putting your things in the corner of the map is that, you know, you will render less stuff, so that is going to be the best it's going to get. But, no, we don't want to use 3CB. Be a ZSU. Where's the TSB one? Because that one doesn't come with the radar. Yep. So, what we want to do with this puppy is we want to turn it into a tree. Let's try that again. The issue is I have no idea what the base of our quote-unquote tree is going to be. And the edges need to be closer together. So what if yeah. Those wouldn't work because when you turn a Vic sideways, it doesn't work because that's how ARM is coded. But Shilka Tower 2.0, the Shilka tree, gives more coverage for the Shilkas. So instead of the top and bottom one engaging and all the ones in the middle struggling to pathfind engage properly, you get this instead. And that should give more accurate coverage for all of them to fire. I can lower it by 1 Shilka. Obviously, that would need to be tested, but... That's by far one of the dumbest things I've ever made. But that means it would have 7 working Shilka ZU-23 quad cannons. Well, probably should have put the crew in them, but didn't really think about that step, Chief. Don't have to do the ones on the sidearms. But I need to test if this is combat capable, which means we have to make it and code it. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8. So we're going to need 8 attached to commands. Give me a second. I've typed in attached, like I just need to bookmark this thing at this point, man. All right.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Because we're gonna make a lot of these. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can't, those can't look down though. That's why you have a gun on the base. So this is purely for engaging air assets or forces from range. Twitch suffer emoji. I think I already put the 5 on that one, so I just redid it. Wait. Yeah, so 6, 7, never mind. Where's the blue for drone? I'm gonna put that in the hanger so it doesn't engage it. Alright, let's see if I screwed it up. Can I test 3? I mean, if 1's gonna work, 3 are gonna work. The Shilkasaurus. Yes. Yes, sure. The Shilkasaurus.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Oh my god. Something my 3-year-old would build with Legos? Well, Ems, I'm glad you feel that. It didn't explode. Does he not know how to drive? Or is his sim disabled? Either way, I mean... Barb, why are you saying Jesus fuck now? You know what these do. Alright, let's see if all of them shoot. That's the most important thing to test.
Standing by. Ready for orders. Waiting orders.
Oh, wow, that made them all disable their sim immediately. I might have to give the radar version of it, though, because if they're not going to detect... Come on, I need some indication. It also might be because Lambs is actually dumb, but...
On the way. Understood.
Are you literally crashing into each other? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Okay. So what have we learned? We learned that if you layer shilkas together, they might hit each other and actually disable each other, which means we have to layer them like a Christmas tree. Okay, so first off, it works. It's just their pathing's weird. But I need to use one with an actual radar dome on it, because otherwise they're not going to be able to detect shit. So let's grab this one. And we shouldn't put... Well, okay, no, we'll rip the crew later. But, okay, so radar is important. Okay, so we need a new Christmas tree style design. Back to the drawing board here. What if... Tuffy. Yeah, a spiral staircase. That's what I'm thinking too, but... But then it's not a tree. Like, how do we connect them? How do we keep it as a tree? What if? That should give distance for these not to clip into each other. But there still needs to be some sort of layering aspect. So actually, what if we give these more distance here, these more distance here, and we have a third layer, but this one is elevated? No, because then that gun would turn, so there just needs to be a solid space in there. A Shilka array, right? Realistically, yes. Because you can angle them up to 15% before they break. So if you 10% it like that, that helps deal with it, but then again, there's still a blind spot where if these shoot up, they'll shoot into the turret, so you actually do want to keep it as flat as you can. So let's narrow these a little bit. We'll keep a little bit of space in between, so it would be a 5-tower Shilka with the radar. So that would mean it would be something like this. So a smaller tree, but more coverage. But if we want to give it more distance, we could do this. And that would help space it out. So then the tree would be like that. Stupid. It's the Shilka TV antenna. Ah, yes. I can't wait to go to my son or daughter's elementary school and explain what I do for a living. I make towers out of Shilkas and then proceed to murder people with them. Why? Because I can. And people give me money for it. Why? Because that's just how it is. Alright. So this one, though, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 pieces, so we got rid of 1. But I still want to test combat effectiveness here. Shilka Gundam. Well, as you saw, if you stack the Shilka components too close together, then they'll blow each other up. So you need to give them some space, but we'll see how things go here. It's almost 1 o'clock, too. I haven't eaten anything all day. That's probably a mistake. Oh, 506 will never pay for pain. Nope. I don't think I could get that past drum. So I would not dwell on an idea like that. I certainly don't. A Shilka slide. A Shilka bob at that point. So by adding the radar domes, it should increase their combat effectiveness. Well, let's see it. Should. Dr. Evil quotes right there. A T90 tree. You can say this is an evil corporation that focuses on making super weapons, and they're gonna steal one. That's our op concept. Tunguska Tower. See, you can't do towers, though, because the pieces in the middle won't engage. Yeah, so I'd have to manually drive them around, which is fine, because this is, the AI are on the defensive. All right.
Standing by. Standing by.
Hold up. No, because the top layer just shot itself. So the radar dishes were the way to go, but once one goes off, it's going to start cooking off all the other ones. So you cannot have... I have an idea. I have an idea. We play with angles instead. Watch. So the rule of thumb is you can't put anything more than 15 degrees. Otherwise, you get yelled at. But we need to put these at a layer. Okay, so what I mean that is if you put it more than 15 degrees on the left or right, the crew bails out and the vehicle is unusable because that's how Arma works. It's just one of the fucking... It's like physics. Arma physics. So, what's 360 divided by 6? That would be 60. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 60-degree rotations on a 12-degree incline. Hey, Tucker. Now, what I'm debating is, what if I also flip it? So my one concern becomes clipping. Because at a 12-degree angle, would it be better if they all face outward or inward? Let's have them all face outward for this, and if I need to adjust, I'll adjust. So the issue I have now is I don't have the coverage here to hug all of those.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
What in the name of all that's holy is that?
Sad boy, we're at the edge of greatness here, okay? We are standing upon a new greatest achievement in Arma 3. Okay, you just gotta be patient with me. Yes. And then I can use that as that. Yes. That gives me the coverage I need. So in reality here, I just need a base item to copy and paste from, so I'll throw that to the side. Yep. Okay, this, like, it'll need a little bit of refinement after it's ready, but this is going to work, I think. We still need to test if it still has a coverage issue. But by angling the guns, it makes it incredibly unlikely that they'll hit each other. Which is exactly what we want. So we want that one, and then this last one we can... There we go. Okay. Pay4Pain will be Saturday at, I think, about 1 p.m. on the time. But, Sadboy, thanks for the 13-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this nice dev stream. All right. So the only one issue would then become this turret needs to have no ammo then. Because it's not worth risking it to fire at the air because it'll just end up hitting its own unit. So we're going to ammunition lock that. Alright, so we're up to TA4. This would be TA5. So we're back up to 8. Or is it 9? Wait. No, it's 8. Wait, what? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if that's 1... I skipped 2, that's why. Yeah, and that leaves another slot for something else. The issue is that it can't be too tall, because otherwise it'll be engaged. So, like, maybe a single, like, man-pad or just one Chad to coordinate all of it on top. It just has to be short. But we can tie him to the radio on the ground. He can be the commander. No, this is AA. You gotta keep it with AA. You know, you gotta keep it specialization. Alright, so I gotta select this again and repaste its 8th. But now we have to see if it'll engage itself, and that's the one fear. But another thing I want to do is, just in case it's the engine glitching out and causing physics, even though it shouldn't be. Let's cut the fuel. And I accidentally selected that one, so I'm going to re-add its fuel as well. Okay, so a Sea Whiz would be too tall, so if this thing were to turn 180 degrees and fire, it would destroy the Sea Whiz, which would cause everything else to cook off. Again, the issue we were having was these were all angled, so they would engage each other. So by putting these at different angles, we're trying to minimize the fact that it's going to be able to shoot each other. Plus, this gives the guns a little bit of defilade, meaning they can fire at ground targets, but because the other guns are angled so they'll go, if they turn around, they're looking up, they won't be able to engage where the other turret's facing, which means it won't be able to shoot into the other turret. This is literally geometry. Exactly, Whale. We will put a garden chair on top, but it's going to be a garden chair tied to frickin' iglas. It's an igla chair. Give me a second. We're just testing to see if this design even works, because I don't want to design more on it if it's not going to work. You test as you go. Your brain hurts? Pfft, mine's just beginning to swell, buddy. Welcome to my deranged fucking brain. Gotta be crazy to come up with this stuff. Crazy, they say. Yeah, so he still doesn't want to drive on his own because he's dumb, but it doesn't matter.
Standing by. Ready for orders. Waiting. Ready for orders. On the way. Roger.
That's an issue. The angle isn't good enough. So no matter what, if we do a full 360 coverage, it's not going to work. The only way around it would be to add a manual kill trigger to these objects to kill these if that gets blown up. That way they're allowed to hit each other. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to work with then, because otherwise they're just going to boop each other like that. Because everything is still angled to fire together. So that's fine, I can make a kill trigger, it's not that hard. If I want to be an asshole, though, I could replace one of the tree parts with a T-14 for the shield generator. I won't be that mean. Yeah, and then I can just write a kill trigger on it. But just by doing that, that should theoretically let it work. No, you can't lock the turret to only a certain vector of degrees, but that would also fix the issue. You can't... So again, you cannot rotate a vehicle more than 15 degrees off its axis, otherwise Arma thinks that the vehicle is flipped, and it won't fire. That's why I don't have gunners in those, in the actual tree bark part, because it doesn't work. And you can't layer them above each other, because what if they go, what if the aircraft goes into an angle where this is going to fire above it? That's the thing, like, it's still at a low angle where it can engage itself, but... Let's try it now. Just throw a single target up there. It'll take a second for them to detect, though, because they're not used to having targets spawn, like, right on top of them. Well, that worked a little too well.
Waiting orders. Ready for orders. Ready.
See, when it works, it works. It works really fucking well. But yeah, no, right in a kill trigger, so that would give it a weakness.
Ready for orders. Awaiting orders.
Trying to fly these at a low enough angle so we can see to make sure that it got... Yeah, so that should... Just very specific angles. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna work. So that's good. That's what I want to test here. So that did no damage to it. But if... I'm gonna say the kill trigger is gonna be tied to that piece, so if that goes down... And I think the Igla chair in the middle, I'm gonna have infinite ammo based. Evil. Alright. So what'll happen is if this explodes... Oh, I can't make it explode manually. That's cute. Means it's gonna kill off all of those automatically. Alright, cool. Alright, yep. Let me go ahead and write that one up. And I'll also add its man pad to the description. I'll make it as I go in. What did you stream in the stream preview? Don't worry about it. Alright, so let me write this one up in the mission command here. Shilka tree. I'm making this cost a Benjamin. Like, that thing is just evil. And then I don't know, I'm gonna probably say limit 4. I'm only making 4 of those. After analyzing... Tower. Yep, we're gonna write something stupid. If you want to read this, by the way, just do the mission command and take the bottom link, and it'll be the first thing in the exotic spawn list on the top. Adapted to meet and more with less mechanical breakdowns. Shilka's based 12-degree angle. The top to increase amount of turrets of not only engaging air once, but infantry and ground. Well, without killing itself. We have also added a commander's seat atop the containing infinite thanks to part of what is the base of a tree called? The why am I blanking on it? I'm an idiot. The base of a tree. Not, it's, you know, barks on it. It's not a stem. It would be a plant stem, but a tree is... branches come off. Why am I an idiot? Base of the stump. That's it. Thanks to the stump, vein of missile components. The base of the stump's Shilka is unarmed, but it is tied to the manpad. Six quad CPU. Alright, there we go. That's the first exotic spawn item that we have. My god. Static. You put that sucker right on top, and the guns cannot reach it. Cool. Oh my god, that would be TA9. So guys, here's the deal. We're going to be doing more streams later tonight after TMTM if I'm in the mood. And then Friday morning as well to build more custom compositions and build up more of this AO. So if you have any crazy ideas you want made, especially if you have the money to pay for them, no offense, because I do need to raise money for furniture, I will make your dreams come true and we will throw it at the player base, all right? That is my deal to you for this Saturday's Pay4Pain style operation. So think long and hard. I'll probably come back after OFCRA and stream more of this development. So this gives you a few hours to think about things, all right? Trunk, that's it. You're right. It is the trunk, not the stump. The stump is, So we'll change the wording here. The stump is at the bottom. It's the trunk. There we go. Perfect. All right. And otherwise, yeah, we'll get back to this in a few hours. But we do have OFCRA in 2.5 hours. Then we're going to continue development with custom compositions. And then we'll go into pause. I have an airborne World War II U.S. behind D-Day operation for them, and then we'll be on TMTM on the ground. And then after, if I'm feeling it, more Pay4Pain development. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and hopefully I'll see you in a few hours.